Hey guys, it's Kathy. How are you? Because Kelly, it's supposed to be a short. Okay, let's just make sure Fozzie's good. Nothing's playing but me. Should we call him and see if he's caught up? Nah, he got this. He got this, guys. Okay. I honestly don't know how today is going to go, but I think it's going to be spectacular. So here's why. I bring my phone to my stream now because of Fozzie. So up until like 4:32, my stream is supposed to start at 4:30. Up until like 4:32, I had a video lineup ready. Video. We're going good. And then I click a button and then I throw all those videos away. We're going to play one video today, one courtroom. I haven't seen it yet. But I don't know if you remember, I was really confused when that guy got on the stand the other day and he was talking about the shooting at the Treehouse. And I was really confused because the lawyers kept saying, we had trial this week. You heard an earlier testimony trial this week. And I'm like, what do you mean a trial this week? I got this courtroom covered. I love this judge. Got this courtroom covered. All she did was initial appearances and stuff. Well, I was wrong. I did get this courtroom covered, and I do have the other witnesses on the stand. Now, before you get none of them are going to be as good as he was. How can they be? He was superb. He was an awesome witness on the stand, even though I don't think he's the witness. I think he's the defendant. But I think it's still going to be good. The only thing we have to watch for is I didn't edit this at all. So in a court case, there's lots of breaks. Get the jury out of the room, get the jury back in the room, bathroom breaks. And so we're just going to have to edit those on the fly. We're just going to have to work together, breathe through it while I fast forward through any breaks that may or may not be there, unless I'm just not here in my chair and I just let the video play. And then you guys can talk amongst yourselves when there's a break. Gosh, everybody is. Christy, Sarah, Colette, Alice, Mike, HRH. I don't know who else I missed. Steven. Someone calling me. I got Alice. I want to know, Steven, how many times do people sing Alice Cooper song to you? I would say every day. If you were around me every day, I would sing that song every day as soon as I saw you. Hi, Sarah. I'm trying to make it go 7 minutes with highs to everybody because one of my commenters loves that. Just loves it. Okay. Here we go. We're going into the trial, guys. This was pre the guy we saw the other day in the Treehouse. These came on before him, and I just missed it. Hey, Sherry.
Corey was standing in front of you again, just so I can get more orientation. That's why I'm asking these questions, because if I'm confused, I know other people are confused. So if you're standing here, is Corey standing like this? If you were doing this,
they standing like this in front. How I was standing, like I said, directly in front of me was a light-skinned girl. And
now, where was the light-skinned girl? Was she facing you?
Yeah, she was directly in front of me.
Gotcha. And then where was Corey standing?
On this side of me, the same side Bridget was on, but I guess that was his homeboy. Another guy was standing in between them because he was also trying to tell.
Corey, I think, is the guy we had on the stand in the white shirt. Remember? I can't replay his clip because it's too long and this will be an 8-hour stream. But Corey was the guy we saw on stand, I'm pretty sure. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time.
Them to chill out or whatever, trying to figure out what was going on.
Gotcha. So they're on your,
Yeah,
they're
they
on
was
your
on
right
this side of me.
Gotcha. So makes perfect sense here. And then was he facing you, or were you looking at the side of his face?
I can't remember. I just remember he was standing on this side of me.
Okay. Did you see a gun on Corey?
I didn't pay all that any attention. No, I can say no because I didn't pay that any attention.
Okay. So no, you didn't see a gun, right? Did you see a gun on anybody else that was in that area at that time?
No, I did not. Only person I seen a gun on was the officer standing in the back.
Yes. So taking out law enforcement, but nobody that you had in your eye view where you're looking around. Did you see anybody with a gun?
No, sir.
Did anybody threaten you? They were going to shoot you? That they were going to anything like that?
No, sir.
Did anybody threaten you in general? No further questions.
Any questions, Mr. Hilliard?
I hope this is Bridget. I hope we see Bridget. Right? That's her name, Bridget?
Taylor, how are you? My name is Martin Hilliard.
Hey, how you doing?
I represent Mr. Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to say that you're a little anxious and don't really want to be here?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
And is it safe to say that on January 15th, 2021, you pretty much felt the same way speaking with the detectives?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you went into the Treehouse on January 1st, 2021, did they look through your purse and did they pat you down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what time did y'all walk in the Treehouse that evening?
I think it was like 1:30, around 1. Because I know it was after that, like, you know how everyone stay home and pray for New Year's, and it was after that. I remember we didn't go away till after 12.
So it's after the ball dropped.
Yes.
That's normally the dividing line. It's midnight. So it's 1:30. You're not sure.
Yeah.
And when you walked through the security, did they check Kendall or did you not see?
They checked everyone that night. Like I said,
No, did you? I'm asking you, did you see them check Kendall as well?
yes, I saw them pat him when I was going up the stairs because, like I said, he was like two, three people behind me talking to somebody. And yeah, when I was going up the stairs, they checked the girl that was behind me. Then they pat him. I remember them pat him because he said something to the man about jacking up on his pants, about pulling his pants up in his private area.
And how long were y'all at the Treehouse?
Oh, I don't know.
30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours?
I don't know. I can't recall.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. If you don't know, you don't know. How long was it from the beginning of you seeing Bridget and the gentleman getting into it till you were running, with the total length of time?
I can't give you no time length. I just remember I was sitting up on the thing and when she walked around and they, like I said, like I guess I would say like not long because he said something, she said something, and he got in her face, and then I jumped off the thing and it was like, what's going on? What's going on? All right.
And did you see the entire thing or just the part of it that you were involved in?
That was the entire thing. Like I said, she walked back there and asked me why I was sitting down. Then she walked around the table. And like I said, she walked around the table. I don't know what happened in the process of her going around. Then they started arguing.
All right. And you said that the gentleman was getting aggressive with Bridget. What do you mean he was getting aggressive?
Oh, bitch. Da, 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 da. He was like cussing her out, going like walking in her face, cussing her out.
All right. Did you ever see him get into a physical struggle?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see Kendall and Corey get into a physical struggle?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see Kendall and Jarrell or Corey get into a physical struggle?
No, I don't even know who Jarrell is, but no.
Uh-huh. Did you see him? Did you see Kendall get into a struggle with anybody that night?
When I jumped up off the thing before he could move, or the
All right, let's figure this out. So the guy on the stand, when the fight started, yes, because I know what you mean, Kelly. Hi, Cha. When the fight started was because the guy who was on the stand had his arm up against Corey. And the three girls behind him, he was trying to get away. And the guy sitting down was like, why do you have to touch him? You don't have to touch him. So Corey was the guy that was pushed away. So is Kendall the one that we saw on stand? Right? Is that Kendall? We'll figure this out.
the guy next to us before anybody, because like I said, all I saw was a male trying to fight a female. Like, why would you want to fight a female? So I don't know who was behind me at that point.
All right. Well, since Mr. Stoff asked about it, I'm going to ask about it. You said you talked to Kendall a couple of days ago. I assume y'all been talking, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Has Kendall ever told you what to come in here and say?
Heck no.
Has he ever told you to lie to the police or lie in here?
Heck no.
No,
sir.
Well, I'm asking because that was the implication.
No, sir.
And I'm going to ask you, if anybody ever actually told you what to say, how would you react to that? Would you?
I have to think about how to word it.
Is there money involved?
Are you going to go along just to get along with anybody?
No,
You're
I'm
gonna
not
say-
going for it. Nobody is going to entice me or tell me to tell nobody nothing.
All right. Well, then let's back up and talk about that for a second, okay? Do you remember speaking with this detective right here?
I remember speaking with the detective, but I don't know. I just remember the Caucasian guy and the black guy. That's all I remember.
And anything about those statements?
No, because like I said, honestly, when I first talked to them, I just told them whatever to get them out my face.
Is it safe to say you were just trying to get out of that room?
Yeah. I just wanted them out my face, then stop asking me questions that I really didn't have an answer to.
Well, they weren't content with your I don't know answers, were they?
No.
Well, and I'm asking because at that point in time, how many children do you have?
None.
How many, at that point in time, were you on, let me ask you this, do you have kids? I'm sorry.
No.
Do you keep kids?
Yes.
Whose kids do you keep?
I have my godsons,
Okay. And how many are those?
2.
Okay. And how long have you been keeping them?
Since they came in this world in
And how-
2016.
Right. So they've been around. You don't have any kids of your own. You do have kids you care for, correct?
Yes.
So you've been caring for them for about, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but about 8 years by my estimation, right?
Cha, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Wow.
About 16. It's 5.
Well, you said since 2016, right?
Yeah.
It's 2024 now, right?
Well, they're 5, so since they came into this
Okay.
world,
So since they were born.
yes.
Okay. So I guess you were born in 2019 then.
Yeah. Okay.
So now, did you see anyone with a gun that night in the treehouse?
No, sir.
You didn't see Corey with a gun.
No, sir.
The guy fighting with Bridget, you didn't see him with a gun.
I think Corey is the guy that was arguing. The talk, yeah.
Okay.
The guy that's deceased is the guy that was arguing with Bridget.
Okay. Didn't see him with a gun. Did you see Bridget with a gun?
No.
Did you see the other guys in there with a gun?
The deceased.
Sorry.
No, sir.
So someone did die. So when he shot, all we've heard so far was one single gunshot. And it wasn't Corey, because she would have said Corey. She just said the deceased. So I don't know. We got to figure this out.
Sir, louder, please.
No, sir.
And did you ever actually see anybody shoot?
No.
You just left whenever everybody left.
Yeah. Everybody started running and said, "Oh, they shooting, they shooting." And, hey, I ran like everybody else.
And you threw a drink at the deceased, correct?
In that direction, yes.
Not necessarily at him, but
Yes.
and you said there was a light-skinned girl there.
Mm-hmm.
She was directly in your face.
Yes.
Did you and her get into it or no?
No. We never we didn't exchange any harsh words or anything. We was just both telling each other to get our parties. She was saying, she was trying to figure out what's going on, and I was telling her to get her friend.
Okay. So you're standing in front of her. She's standing in front of you. I'm going to assume Bridget and Corey are standing.
They was on this side.
On the right-hand side of you?
Yes. She was standing directly in front of me, and they was on this side of me.
Okay. Any point in time during that, did you ever stop paying attention to what's going over here and pay more attention to the girl in front of you?
No, I was stern on asking her, please get your homeboy, please get your friend. She a girl, she a female, so I wasn't paying attention to
Accent is a felony.
And did you ever see Kendall get into it?
No.
Okay. And how long was it between that incident and when you ran downstairs?
I don't know the exact minutes or whatever. I just know, like I said, they was arguing. The guy and Bridget was arguing, and the table, all I remember is the table fell and everybody started running, saying they shooting. That's all I remember.
So it wasn't immediately after that. It was a few minutes after it, maybe.
I guess.
All right, that's fine. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to get an understanding. Okay.
Okay, but I'm giving you white chalk for it.
And Mr. Stoff might have some questions for you, but that's all the questions I have, Ms. Taylor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Mr. Stahl?
The defense is asking you about when you spoke with Detective D, so I know you don't remember but that interaction. And you had said, I was just telling them because I was done and I didn't want to tell any more. But then you did end up telling them what happened. Isn't that correct?
Probably. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember. I've had concussions and all that. I've had stuff happen in my life, so I don't remember.
I understand, but during the first time I was up and asking you questions, I asked you about, do you remember telling them about getting a gun? And you go, I do remember that. So there are things you remember.
Yeah, certain pieces, like I said, from when I'm sitting here trying to play it back in my head, the video you got me to watch, I'm trying to remember, but I can't.
Okay. But if I told you that you did tell a story that was corroborated by other people's testimony and physical evidence, would that make sense to you?
I'm not sure.
Okay, no further questions.
Any other questions, Mr. Hilliard?
Just one. You said you remember pieces and parts of what you told Detective Dees, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
From watching the video.
do you and you watched the video, correct? A few weeks ago. Okay. The one part is the part about the guy with the gun. Was that something that you actually saw, or was that something you said to get these off your back?
I said it to get them out my face.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Any other questions, Mr. Stahl?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Is this witness excused from the subpoena?
Yes.
Mr. Hilliard, any
Yes.
objection?
No objection.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You're excused from the
Did
subpoena.
anybody get her name? Did anybody get her first name? Do we know who she is? She's not Bridget. We know that. I think the girl in red coming up might be Bridget. I'm hoping it's Bridget. My fingers are crossed that we get to hear Bridget talk because she was the instigator of this whole thing.
You may leave the courthouse if you like, or you may stay in the courtroom. Just don't discuss your testimony with any other witnesses. State's next witness, please. Members of the jury, you can still stand in between witnesses if you like to stretch. Mr. Stoff, your next witness.
State calls Bridget Watts.
All right, Bridget Watts, please.
Here comes Bridget, guys. And she's not going to be like she was that night in the treehouse. But I still think she's going to be good. I think so. Okay, that was Michelle. And this is Bridget. And if anybody figures out who the deceased is, just shout it out. Candle.
Come over here for the witness stand. You're going to stand, have a seat, and sit close to me.
There she is. We're trying to figure it out, Sarah. We're
Good afternoon,
trying.
ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state your name and spell it for the record?
Bridget Watts, BridgetWatts.
And I want to talk to you about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, 2020, 2021, okay? On that date, did you go downtown?
Yes.
And who did you go downtown with?
Michelle Taylor, Kenneth, Tarnasia Williams.
And were there two other gentlemen with you?
It was two other people, but I can't remember their name.
Okay.
They was already there.
And then who'd you drive down there with? Do you remember that?
I believe I drove with Michelle and Kenneth.
Okay. Where'd you go when you first got there?
We parked and we went straight there.
So you parked and then you went straight to the Treehouse?
Mhm.
Okay. If I was to tell you that there was earlier testimony that you did not arrive there with Bridget and Kendall, would that sound right?
I'm Bridget.
Or I'm sorry, with Michelle and Kendall, would that sound right?
I can't remember, but I remember me being with them.
Okay. Do you remember going to Wet Willie's with them?
No.
Okay. Do you remember seeing a Wet Willie's cup or anything like that in their hands?
No.
Okay.
I really don't remember, so I really don't want to tell a lie.
Yes, ma'am. I don't want you to tell a lie either. So I'm just asking a question. You answer it as you remember it. So you go into the Treehouse. Do you recall going through security?
Yes.
Were you checked?
Yes.
Okay. And did they check your ID?
Yes.
And what else?
They checked, I think, whatever I had on me. I don't know if I had a purse, but they will definitely check us before we go in there.
And then when you went upstairs, what?
I got a drink, and then I went on the dance floor, and then like the outside of the, where you could see the street at,
Mhm.
I was right there.
Okay. So ma'am, in a moment, an image is going to come up on that small monitor in front of you.
Mhm.
Just give it one moment so the TV right here. For the jury. Now, ma'am, have you been to the Treehouse before?
I used to always go there.
I'm sorry?
I used to always go there.
Okay, so this was not your first time there, right?
No.
And looking at that image on the small monitor in front of you or the large monitor above, is that a true kind of accurate drawing or floor plan of what the Treehouse looks like?
Yes.
And where on that image would you say the door to the main, like where you walk into the bar is?
Like when you walk up, you got to go up some stairs. Like when you walk in, you go up, and then it's like right there.
Kind of weaves around,
Yeah.
right? And on this image, when you emerge from the stairs, where do you come out? On the drawing.
Like, what you mean?
So when you walk into the Treehouse, you as soon as you walk in, there's stairs in front of you.
Yeah,
that
when you
correct?
walk up, the stairs go like this, and then it's the bar right here.
Yes. So as you
It
get
is
to
on
the
your
top-
right hand side.
Okay, so the bar is on your right-hand side when you go up?
Mhm.
So I'm going to show you on that image, you see on the top right, where it says storage and storage,
Mm-hmm.
slightly to the left, there's like a line that's kind of, a black line that goes slightly up and down. Do you see that line?
On the right hand side.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Would you say that's where the entrance to the
Yeah.
actual bar is?
And they got two storage, like one right here, and then they got a one right on the side, like with a bathroom and all that. Say,
Correct. So you walked into that door there?
Yeah.
Yes,
you come upstairs.
yes, ma'am. And where'd you go next?
I believe I would have got me a drink.
Did you just walk to that side of the bar? Did you walk to the bottom of the bar or the left side of the bar? Do you remember?
I can't remember, but I most definitely got me a drink.
Okay. And had you been drinking already that evening?
Yes.
Were you, it's okay. Were you intoxicated at this point in the evening or not yet?
No.
Okay. Do you recall what time of night you went up there?
I can't really remember, but I believe I got to be right before it's like they count down to New Year's Eve time.
Okay. So you said you got there before the ball dropped?
Yeah.
So if I was to show you a video that showed that you got there around 2:10, 2:15-ish, would that sound more accurate?
Yeah, but I believe I've been down there way before that time.
But did you at least enter the bar with Michelle and the defendant around
All this was most definitely in the same line. Like we got to the door at the same time.
Okay, exactly. And if there was a video that showed that was around 2:10, 2:15, would that sound more accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said it was before midnight, but now maybe it's actually more like.
Yeah, we've most definitely been down there.
Okay,
But we probably got to that club around that time, but we was down there.
I understand. And after you got the drink, where did you go?
Outside, like where the street little thing at the other side of the bar.
Like the balconies?
Yeah.
Now, I'm showing on this map, there's a balcony, and correct me if I'm wrong, anything I'm saying, there's a balcony on the left side that overlooks, is that Congress?
That's right across the street from like the Groves. You can see the hot dog stand.
Yes, Congress. So one's on Congress, and then the other one overlooks City Market, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the one on this, did you go to the one that overlooked Congress or the one that overlooked City Market?
No one you could see the extra street, like where the hot dog stand at.
Yes.
That side, yeah.
Yeah. That's, right there in that empty lot.
Mhm.
Okay, so that would be the one on the left side, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. We all know where the hot dog stand is, yeah. All right. So what table did you sit at in that area?
I believe it was at the third table, because they got like little
Yes,
tables.
ma'am.
So I think it's like the third or the second table.
So would it be the last table down at the bottom by the DJ booth? But no, it's not next to you because the wall's there.
Yeah, it's like in between. Like this the one, it's the door right here, but it's this one right here. So you're like directly in the middle.
Which one? Like describe it on that.
In the middle, like right here.
Okay. Yeah, see stage 12, so. Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Can you point to the jury? Because I know this is the same image.
Mhm.
Where'd you go?
It's like in the middle, like right here.
Okay. the
Up in
second
this
table.
area.
Okay, is that where you stayed?
Like 2 and 3 table. No, we was moving around.
Okay,
So we didn't actually stay in that one spot, but we stayed out there.
okay. So then where'd you go next?
I believe I walked inside and went and talked to somebody and I came back. And then in the mix of it, because everybody was, having a good time and, dancing. And I don't know who bumped who, but during that time, like somebody bumped who and then the chaos started. Like
And where was that? Where the bump happened, and as you say, the chaos, where was that?
it was on a balcony. Like,
Same balcony that overlooks the hot dog
Mhm.
stand?
Yeah.
And do you know what table it was?
I can't believe say what table, but it was
Okay.
definitely like out there with a balcony because everybody was out there dancing and having a good time.
Now, do you recall who bumped whom?
No.
Okay. What do you recall?
I just know somebody bumped. I can't say if I must miss and bump them or they missed and bumped me, but I just know somebody got bumped and the chaos went to fussing and arguing, and then I think Nasia or somebody said something to him or swung. Somebody swung. I can't believe who swung, but somebody swung, and then
When you
it
say
went from
somebody
there.
swung, was it somebody from the other group or somebody from your group?
No, somebody that was with me. Somebody swung, and then they just went on from there. And then they tried to break it up and stop it, and then shot went off.
Okay. Do you recall speaking with police on January 11th of 2021 at around 11 p.m.?
Yes. I think if they worked in there, I think the
I'm sorry?
lady, I spoke to somebody at the officer that went in Treehouse.
No, I'm talking about this was 10 days later, 11 days later. Did you speak with officers?
They came to the hospital.
All right, yes. And at that time, do you remember telling police that you may have bumped into a man and then you guys exchanged words?
That's why I said I didn't really know who bumped into who, but a bump was, took place.
Yeah, but what I'm asking, do you remember telling police?
No.
That
She was the bumper. She bumped into everybody, not once, but multiple times. She was the one. Who bumped into who? You know who bumped into who?
Okay. Do you remember, so you say now, what you're saying is that somebody from your group swung,
Mm-hmm.
and then as you say, I'm using your words, the chaos ensued, okay?
So, guys, we have a previous video with this court case, but it's of a guy who's coming up after these guys come up. So I missed this. I recorded this. I missed it. I recorded the other guy. I loved it. I played it. Then I found this. All right. So he gives more details. I'm getting the name of that stream right now. Really am. Right now. It was a stream, not a video. And geez, I think it was called Lying on the Stand. And I'll put the link right here. So if you want to see his testimony, which it is this one, comes after these girls, then you can watch it. Hey guys, it's Kathy. How are you? There we go. The only one I didn't want to press is the one I pressed. I don't think she's trans either, Kelly. I just think she's fit. She is very, very fit. Oh my gosh. That would be awesome to see. That we should all start a GoFundMe to pay her so that she releases her Google search history. Man, I would love to see that. Yeah, she's buff from all the fighting. Oh man. All right, here we go.
Where were you standing when this happened?
I was in the middle because I think I was fussing with, I think the girl or whoever he was with, and she was trying to say they wasn't from him. If I'm mistaken, she was saying he wasn't from here and they were just trying to have a good time or something like that.
What did she look like?
She was kind of short and red, like black hair. She had like black hair.
So when you say red, what do you mean?
Like light skin.
So, okay. And that's who you were kind of talking to?
Yeah, because she was like, I guess she was trying to explain like it wasn't that serious. Cause like there was just, he was intoxicated and he didn't mean to, and
And then where was Michelle at this point?
Anna was right there.
I'm sorry?
It was right there.
You're standing here, where was she? Was she to your left? Was she to your right?
I can't remember what side she was, but everybody was like literally in the same area.
Did you see if Michelle threw a drink?
No.
Okay. Do you recall telling police that the defendant picked Michelle up and moved her out of the way, allowing him to get to Corey?
Oh yeah, it's Kenneth, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about that.
I don't remember him pushing her out the way or something. I don't know. I believe he had like a black jacket. He was trying to get to the boy. Mm-hmm. He moved her out the way because that was her boy.
She was the one that started it. She was.
And then did you see who fired the shot?
No, but Kendall shot.
Okay. Do you remember telling police that you saw who fired the shot?
No.
Okay. Did you see him pull the gun out? Or did you see the defendant pull the gun out?
Defendant? I can't remember.
Okay. Did you tell the police on January 11th, 2021 at 11 p.m. that you saw the defendant pull a gun out?
Bumping the tables.
You don't remember that?
No.
Do you recall that they asked you if you remember what side he drew it from? Do you remember that question?
Mm-mm.
And then do you recall if you said that you didn't remember what side?
I don't know, but I most definitely know he shot.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Do you recall telling police what the firearm looked like?
No, I just know it was black.
I'm sorry?
I just know it was black.
Yes, let's kind of look at the description of the gun. Do you remember telling him that?
Yes.
So you do remember telling police that the gun was black?
So it was black, yeah.
Okay. How did you know the gun was black?
Because once all that happened, we went to going to the cars when they kicked everybody out. They was running. We stayed down there, by the little church or whatever. And they
went running.
Me, Michelle, all this. You know how they let everybody out when they shot and crazy? Everybody just, trying to get away out the scene because the police was trying to exit the club.
Do you remember telling police how the defendant looked to you, not looked at you, but looked at what his demeanor was as the incident was occurring and the incident after the moments after it occurred?
No.
Okay. Then what did you do after the shooting?
We went to our car by the little church, little parking lot. Like, it's by the, I don't know what street that is, but they parked the cars with that big church up on the corner. We walked right there. We was right there.
Do you remember going down to like that courtyard area right outside of the treehouse as soon as you exited and exchanging words with the light-skinned short girl again?
No.
Okay, so if you saw that on video, would that refresh your memory about doing that?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't remember exchanging words with her or her husband?
No.
And then you don't
Can you
remember,
answer out loud?
I
Shake your
love
head.
that
Can
for
answer
you.
out loud?
I love it.
and then you don't remember turning around and walking towards Congress Street? You don't remember that?
No.
You don't remember then making a right and walking up Jefferson?
No, I just remember us going to the, where we parked at,
Yeah,
by the church.
but Michelle and Kendall went across towards Vinny Van Go-Go's, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I don't know. All I know, all us was at we went to the cars that way, where the church at. We met in a little parking lot right there.
Do you remember telling police that you did not want to be a witness and that you didn't want to come to court?
Yes.
Okay. Were you carrying a gun that evening?
Who was I carrying the
Yes,
gun?
ma'am.
No.
Okay. While you were upstairs and the exchange of words happened, did you see anybody? Did you see a gun anywhere?
No.
Did you see anybody threaten anybody with a gun?
No.
Did you see anybody show somebody a gun?
No.
Did you see anybody go like point to a gun?
No.
Any inference to a gun?
No. The other people, they really was trying to, the light skin lady, she really was,
I'm sorry, say one more time.
that light skin lady, she really was trying to, like stop the chaos, but she said he was toxicated. Like
Mhm.
she wasn't, like, her energy and vibe didn't engage like she was, trying to harm anybody.
Mhm.
She was basically trying to explain like it wasn't like, or what the chaos wasn't that important and deep to go that far.
Yes. And when I say, by the way, did you see anybody, I'm not just talking about the light-skinned young lady. I'm talking about everybody in that group, that like everybody you could see.
No.
Did you see anybody?
No.
Okay, just because you're specifically pointing her out, I just want to not mention it. You didn't see anybody with a gun?
No.
Okay. Again, I know I already asked this question, but I'm just trying to clarify now. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions, Mr. Hilliard?
Yes, sir.
I feel like with her, we need to impeach her with her. I feel like her, we need to do that.
Well, that's how are you. My name's Martin Hilliard.
Uh,
I represent Mr. Stevens. I just have a few questions for you. How long were you in the treehouse that night?
I can't recall on how long I was there.
All right. How long were you with Michelle and Kendall that night?
So we went to Treehouse and we met up downtown.
So you drove to the treehouse together
Mhm.
and you went in the treehouse together. You went through security together. And you have to say yes or no.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You have to answer out loud, okay? So, and at that point in time, how long were you actually inside the treehouse before you left the treehouse?
I can't recall, but we was in there for a good minute.
Hour maybe?
Treehouse like at 2:45. I can't give an extra like how long we was there, but it was there for me to get a drink and get a little vibe to dance.
Okay. So, and prior to going to the treehouse and entering the treehouse, did you ever see Mr. Stevens with a gun?
No,
Did you ever see Michelle with a gun?
no,
Did you go through security?
yes,
Did they check you?
yes,
Did they pat you down?
yes.
Did you go through security with Michelle and Kendall?
I was already in the building before they got in the building.
Okay, so you went in before them.
Yes,
Okay, but did they come in directly after you?
they probably came in like 3 to 5 minutes before, I believe.
Before you or after you?
Before I got after me, because I was there.
Okay.
I knew the securities and officers there, so I was already.
And that's kind of the thing I'm trying to set up is
Yeah.
you were in line, you go in and they're in line behind you. And
Mhm.
so it wasn't like hours later,
No.
it was in line, the same line. All right, and y'all were there and you were having a good time. Was there any trouble?
No.
And you kept saying the light-skinned girl kept trying to calm him down. What do you mean, trying to calm who?
I guess that was the boyfriend or whoever. She knew the boy.
Okay, and by the boy, do you mean the deceased?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're talking about Corey.
Yes.
Okay. Why was he upset? What was he doing?
I don't believe he was upset. I just, a bump. Like, it was packed out there, so I don't know, like, who bumped who? Like I said before, I can't remember who bumped who, but a bump took place, and then that's when the chaos started.
And at one point in time, they said you were the one that bombed and spilled the drink, right?
I can't remember.
You don't remember. But did you ever get into a fight with Corey or an argument with Corey?
Me and Corey, I can't say we have fought, but I don't know. I believe so. I can't say.
Okay. How about the light-skinned girl? Did you get into an argument with her?
I believe we had words on the, balcony when she tried to calm it down, and then everybody who I was with put their input in.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. What was that last bit?
Everybody who I was with put their input in.
Okay. But what do you mean by that? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Had saying words back and forth.
Okay, so there's a lot of jawing is what you're saying.
Yes.
And did you ever see anybody swing or take a hit?
Someone swung, but I don't recall like who swung.
Okay. And were you intoxicated that night?
No.
You were not intoxicated.
No.
Okay. And did you ever see Corey and Kendall get into it?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see Corey or Kendall with a gun in the treehouse?
I never seen Corey with no gun in the treehouse because he was just looked like he was just having fun.
Okay. How about Kendall? Did you see Kendall with a gun in the treehouse?
I never seen with a gun in there, but I was definitely seen when the gun went off.
Okay. So you saw the gun go off?
Yes.
Okay. And did you see where it came from?
No.
Okay. And you left, and did you leave and meet back up with Michelle and Kendall that night?
Yes, we was right there by the little church on the corner. It's like, I can't believe that little side street, like the Candy Kitchen and City Market, and the big church on the corner, and then everybody parked their cars like directly across from it.
So I'm kind of curious. You said you saw when the gun went off. Where were you?
We was right there, like on the balcony, going. Because that's when once they argue, the officers and stuff automatically come see what's going on. There.
So who else was on the balcony with you?
There was a lot of people out there.
Okay. And so the light-skinned girl was out there. Corey was out there. Kendall was out there. Did you see a tall man with dreads out there?
No, I don't recall.
Did you see anybody in the middle with a tall man with dreads?
I don't recall.
Okay. Did you see Kendall and Corey or Kendall and anybody else get into an argument or a fight of any sort?
No.
Can you answer out loud?
Yeah, you have to say yes or no.
Oh, no.
That's all the questions I got, Judge.
Any other questions, Mr. Stoff?
Yes, Your Honor. First one is if I asked you very specific questions about things you remember telling police. Now I'm going to speak to you about what you remember, not about what you told police, okay? Now that you've spoken about this and you've kind of brought the memories back a little bit, did you see who fired the shot?
Kind of.
Did you see him pull the gun out?
No.
Did you see where he pulled it out from?
No. That's the crazy part, because I can't recall where he pulled it out from.
Okay. And do you remember how the defendant appeared to you during that time?
Talking about Kendall?
Yes, ma'am.
A fake church boy, gangster.
No, that's interesting. But no, I'm talking about his demeanor. How was his demeanor?
Like he didn't care, whatever happened.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Mr. Stevens, if you'll put your headphone on. Mr. Stevens, can you hear me?
This is what happens when lazy people don't edit videos. Is his pants getting lower as this court day goes on and on? Yeah, Carol, I bet you didn't know that, did you? All right, I'm going to try this, guys. We'll just go 30 seconds in the future. He might have pooped. Should I leave it go then, H? Oh, they're done. They're done. I don't know.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm gonna ask the jury, excuse you from the courtroom for a little bit. Please remember not to discuss the case with anyone, including each other. No research, no posting, no texting, no chatting about the case. If you overhear any discussions, please knock on the door, tell the deputy immediately. All right, thank you.
Stand up for the jury, lady. All right, I'm going to go in time.
Initially, I said you recall telling police
I'm going to go
that.
backwards in
I
time.
said you did.
All right, Mr. Stoff?
Yes. Now I asked you if you saw who fired the shot. Initially, I said you recall telling police that. You said you didn't recall telling police about who you saw fire the shot. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, just a moment. There's a knock on the door by the jury.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Stoff, you may proceed.
So I'm going to show you a video. As you recall, you spoke with police on January 11, 2021, as you already stated, correct?
Yes.
Shaw saves the day. Now we know.
I'm going to indulge your honor.
All right, I'll go ahead. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Oh, yo.
Now I'm going to play a portion of this, and I would like you to just listen.
I'm not trying to be no witness to nothing. No, nothing. I had the whole thing out before with another situation with my ex-boyfriend. I'm not trying to be a witness to nothing. Sorry.
What, you saw it?
Yes. So I can't.
You saw it.
Remember I said we're past all that. We're past all
You
that.
saw it, Bridget.
I'm gonna be honest, it was my best friend boyfriend. whoever the other boy is. I don't know his name, but I don't want to go to court. I don't want to do none of that, none of that, none of
We're
that.
not worried about court right now.
Okay, do you remember making that statement to police that you saw him shot? That it was your best friend's boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. So do you remember making that statement to police now?
Not at Tree Planet, yes.
Okay,
Come back, but yeah.
okay. So you do remember making the statement to police. The defendant, you didn't say the defendant, you said Michelle's boyfriend pulled the gun out. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Not at Tree Planet, yes.
I'm going to mute it just for a moment while I play it, just because it's a little slow. Okay. Now, I asked you about if you had seen him pull the gun out. You said you didn't remember. Is that correct?
Yes.
Being completely honest with y'all, sir.
So tell me what happened when he shot. Tell me what you saw.
What I saw, I just saw he pulled it out, but it did went off one time. But by that time when it went off, I was inside.
Okay. So do you remember talking to police now and saying, I saw him pull it out?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to mute it again. I'm just going to play it. There's a little lag.
Court, lying court. His street name?
Here, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to play sports again. This
Yeah,
is
He's a man
so I'm just gonna let
and you a woman.
What am I putting that? I had on.
Did you shoot?
No. I had on some tights. So what can I pick? A gun at the shoes. I cannot.
What happens in here? We ain't going out and telling nobody what you told us.
I tell y'all who saw it.
You
I'm
saw
not
it?
trying to be no witness to nothing. No, nothing. I had this whole thing out before with another situation with my ex-boyfriend. I'm not trying to be a witness to nothing. Sir.
What, you saw it?
Yes. Sir, I can't.
You saw it.
Remember I said we're past all that. We're past all
You
that.
saw it, Bridget.
I'm gonna be honest. It was no.
I think this is Bridget and the police. I think this is the police interview after the shooting.
My best friend, boyfriend, whoever the other boy is. I don't know his name, but I don't want to go to court. I don't want to do none of that, none of that, none of that.
We're not worried about court right now. That's not what we're worried about right now.
I'm being completely honest with y'all, sir.
So tell me what happened when he shot. Tell me what you saw.
What I saw, I just saw he pulled it out, but it did went off one time. But by that time when it went off, I was inside.
Where did he pull it from?
What y'all got to tell me? I'm inside.
Left side, right side?
Do you remember that? When the police asked you, where did he pull it from? You said, like where you all got your guns. You're pointing to the right side holster of the detective. Do you remember that?
Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, but offhand, no, I wouldn't remember that.
I'm asking now. I'm asking you now that you saw it, do you remember making that statement to police?
Yes.
Okay. And I asked you also, do you recall what side it was drawn from? And you said you didn't remember. Do you remember now, seeing the video, what you told police? Do you recall
Yes.
telling police where it was drawn from?
Yes.
And what was that?
The right side.
Okay. Your Honor, again, I'm just going to play it.
I can't tell you remember what side, but it was one thing.
What does it look like?
I don't know, it was black. I don't know what kind it was.
You say anything when he pulled it out?
No, he looked crazy. Like,
Did you hear what you just said there? I asked you what his demeanor was. And you said, like a church person, blah, blah, blah. But you remember saying to police, you just said it, he looked crazy to me. Is that what you said to police?
Yes. Like
Remember
church
that?
boy, gangster boy. Yes.
That's this phrase. But what you said to police at the time was that he looked crazy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember saying that now?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe approach.
Yes. Well,
No,
the jury's not here, so.
I know, but I still don't think that the witness.
All right, put your headphones on, Mr. Stevens. Mr. Stevens?
That he does not remember certain things which were said in the earlier statements. So as long as you can put the, I guess, it doesn't sound like you need to show the whole thing unless you have some more questions. Okay. We need to take a brief break. So we'll take a few minutes before the jury comes back. How much time? 5, 10 minutes. Mr. Hill, do you
All right, so we're gonna take a brief break. It's not to leave the courtroom. You can step down though, walk around, unless you need a bathroom break. Okay, all right, thank you. We're in recess.
Objection is right, Cha. Objection. So the only problem I have with those sidebars is I'm actually here for the judge. This judge is top notch, amazing, amazing good. Girl, anyway, and we don't hear her. I can't hear what she's saying to the lawyers. I can almost hear her, but I'm old and I can't hear her. I want to hear the judge. The judge is why I'm here. All right. I'm just going to keep going forward 30 seconds until something happens.
I have just one moment to rewind the.
Sure.
not
It's
rewind,
fine.
I guess.
It's fine.
Sure.
I think he's gonna remand. Yeah,
Then here, we ain't going out and telling nobody what you told us.
I cannot tell you I was shot.
You
I'm
saw
not
it.
trying to be no witness.
We should play a game in Discord someday, guys.
Now,
Don't interrupt
Oh,
me
yes.
with court. We should play a game in Discord some night, guys. That'll be funny. Hard. This will be really hard. And of course, everybody, if you don't cheat, if you just play the game and don't cheat, it'll be better. We should like tape like a piece of paper on our monitor to hide chat except for the icons, just the icons, and then start chatting. Doesn't matter what you say because everybody the chat will be hidden. And then in Discord, we have to name the person behind the icon. Like the fish carrot, we all know. The fish carrot. A poll for what? I can do a poll. I can go to the poll. I'm not swinging on a poll. Heading to the polls to vote. Make sure you vote, people. That's enough politics, but just vote. That's it. If you come up with a poll, I just shut that. Yeah, I want to hear the judge too because she's great. All right, here we go. Back to court.
I don't know him.
That's about
But he was
everybody.
outside.
We asked about everybody was with you, not just that.
Yeah, but I don't know him. He was out. I'm be honest, he did got into with the boy once I walked back in. But I don't know him. Like I said, he was there. But whatever happened from that time, me and the boy, had our little words, and I went back in to me. I can't tell you what happened. But he came back outside. The other day, he came back outside.
Did you hear?
Okay, Your Honor, sorry about that. It's very laggy, and so it took a second.
You ready?
State's ready.
Ready, Mr. Hilliard?
Ready, Your Honor.
All right, let's have the jurors practice.
I should have fast forwarded that. I forgot I could because I'm watching chat and not paying attention to my job. I have one job. All right, I'm going to go 30 seconds. All right, one more 30 seconds. Kelly, you tell the best stories ever.
About the case or anything you've heard so far in this court.
Wrong button.
Overheard any discussions about the case, parties, location? Has anyone done any research concerning this case or the parties? And lastly, has anybody posted, tweeted, X, chat, anything electronic communication? All right, Mr. Stahl, thank you. You may continue.
So I would like to ask you, do you recall seeing who pulled the gun out?
Yes, by looking at the video, yes.
Okay.
Move closer to the mic, ma'am. Thank you.
And who was that person that you saw pull the gun out?
Kenneth,
Okay. Where did you see him pull the gun from?
his right side.
Okay. And you saw, so this is not the same question. Do you see where he pulled the gun from? You said what?
The right side.
Okay. And did he pull it from his pocket area, like, or his waistband area, or his person?
Like waist.
Okay. And then I asked, do you remember how the defendant looked to you right after it? And do you recall telling what you told the police?
He looked crazy.
Okay. Nothing further.
Any questions, Mr. Hilliard?
Ms. Watts, did you stay around January 1st and speak with the police that night, or did you leave?
I don't recall standing around.
And they came and spoke to you 10 days later, correct?
Yes, at my house.
And you didn't want to talk to him, did you?
No.
I guess the best way to say it is you don't really want to be here right now either, do you?
No.
And that particular evening, you don't remember who started the bump, or as you called it?
No.
Okay. Did you remember who got into an argument?
Yes, all of us.
You say all of us. Who do you mean by all of us?
Me, Michelle, Kenneth, Tanasia Williams that was there, and the light-skinned boy and his friend.
Okay. The light-skinned boy?
Yeah,
What
Corey.
light-skinned boy?
Corey.
Okay. And where were you at when all of this was going on?
Like when we was getting into it with him,
Mm-hmm.
he was on the balcony.
On the balcony?
Mhm.
All right. And where was Michelle?
Right there.
When you say right there, she was in front of you, she was behind you?
I believe she was behind me.
She was
or on
behind
the
you.
side.
Okay. And where was Kendall?
Right there by Michelle.
So Kendall and Michelle are both behind you. And who was in front of you?
Tanasia, I believe she was in front of me, but Corey was in front of me.
Okay, so you and Corey going at it?
Yeah.
Okay. And where was the light-skinned girl?
I don't know where she came from. I think she came from inside, but she came in like where we was at on the balcony.
All right, didn't she get between y'all?
And she basically was trying to like stop it. Like
Okay.
she wasn't aggressive.
And did Corey stop it?
He really was trying to, I don't know, like he was trying to say like he was drunk, like it wasn't that, like everybody was, drinking and listening to the music.
All right. So you're face to face with Corey going.
I just love, I keep telling you guys, Cha is a superstar. She really is a superstar. People come in to my chat just to say hi to Cha. I love that. She's a superstar. Cha, we love you. We do love you.
At it. The light-skinned girl comes up. Michelle and Kendall are behind you, right? Did tall black guy come up with dreads and get in between you?
I don't recall like him coming up get between us.
All right. Short black guy with braids come up and get between you?
I don't recall like I can't remember none of that.
Okay. Well, then where were you whenever the shot went off then?
I believe I was coming back on the balcony already.
All right. So this is sometime later then.
On the grassy knoll.
Because I don't want to tell a lie because I know like between the words, like we had our words, like it was a lot going on. Like they were trying to calm it down, but people was, aggressive. So I don't want to lie and say, was it?
Well, who was aggressive?
Kenneth.
All right. Was Corey aggressive?
No.
All right, now I'm going to be shameless. Hey, guys. Cha's in our Discord, and she talks. You can go into Discord and talk to Cha anytime you want. She has stories, 5 generations of stories. Hi, Janelle.
So Corey wasn't aggressive anymore is what you're saying?
No, he wasn't aggressive at all.
Okay. And was anybody else being aggressive?
No.
Okay. So you're saying at this point in time that nobody was being aggressive except Kendall?
Yeah. I just told you he was trying to be like a church boy thug.
Okay. Ms. Watts.
What is a church boy
You
thug?
understand this whole situation came about because of you, right? You understand that you were the impetus behind this, right?
Yes.
How?
Well, you were the one that originally started with the bump. You understand that, right?
How?
Well, that's your testimony, not my testimony. You said there was a bump. Oh, I didn't know who did it.
No, it was you, Dave.
Maybe it was me. Okay, so you started it. Okay. You also said that you saw a drink get thrown. Who threw the drink?
I don't never recall saying there's a drink got drunk.
So you didn't see anybody throw a drink?
No, I don't recall thinking.
So what was it you were saying to Corey, and what was it you were getting in Corey's face about?
I believe the bump.
The bump.
I don't want to lie and say because I don't remember.
Well, did you remember him threatening you or calling you names?
Who, Corey?
Yes.
No, sir.
Do you remember calling him names?
I probably was cursing him out. I don't want to lie.
So you think that you were calling somebody names and they weren't calling you names back? Is that your testimony?
Yes, because I don't want to lie.
You don't want to lie.
Yes.
I think we're far beyond that, but
Objection, Your Honor.
I don't have any other questions, Judge.
The jury will disregard the attorney's last statement.
No.
Any
leave
other
it.
questions, Mr., I don't have any more questions, the statement before that. It's saying we're well beyond that. That should be stricken and disregarded by the jury. Mr. Stoff, any other questions of Ms. Ms. Watts?
No, what's wrong
Is
with her
Ms.
outfit?
Watts released from the subpoena?
No one said anything.
Any objection, Mr. Hilliard?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Watts, you are released from the subpoena. You may leave the courtroom if you like. You're welcome to stay. However, do not discuss your testimony with any of the other witnesses in this matter. Thank you. State's next witness.
Ms. Jones calls Matthew Cross.
All right.
She did start it. She absolutely started it a couple times.
Yes.
There you go, guys. If you guys like to take selfies and Snapchat and need like the duck face to do it, all you have to do is become a court reporter like her. By the end of the day, with that thing, you do your selfies. All right, just for you, Fozzie. Just for you, guys. Ready? Is everybody ready? Here we go. We're just, it's like a runway right now. We're looking at the latest fashion trend in Georgia. You're not allowed to press pause and then go backward and forward because then it breaks. Let's see if that fixed it.
The other witnesses
There we go.
in this matter. Thank you. State's next witness.
Look, the socks are the best.
Matthew Cross.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to skip forward 30. Oh, a police officer.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm ADA Bonnie Jones. I know we've spoken before. I
Yes,
think we've
ma'am.
met before.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please tell us your full name?
Sergeant Matthew Cross.
Okay, and I don't think the court reporter should need to spell that, but if you could tell us what your position is.
I'm a sergeant with the Savannah Police Department, currently assigned to the community response team.
Okay, and how long have you been employed with the Savannah Police Department?
15 years.
Are you a post-certified officer?
Yes, ma'am.
What does that mean?
POST stands for the Peace Officers Safety or Standards in Training, and they are the governing body that certifies police officers within the state of Georgia. So they set the standards to what we have to be able to be a police officer.
And being post-certified, does that give you arrest powers?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you employed by the Savannah Police Department, just double checking, on December 31st, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you working as an on-duty officer or off-duty?
Off duty.
And what does that mean?
So businesses within Chatham County can hire a police officer. You're working as a police officer, but the business is who you're working for. And so they're the one that pays you. And so they'll bring you in to basically work security or depending on what the event or the situation is going on.
And why would a business do something like that?
Just to have extra security. A lot of times it does tend to be the bars downtown because they want police presence, but truly it could be anything.
Okay, so whenever you're working off-duty at an establishment like the Treehouse.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you see something untoward, what is your duty?
to intervene, to act as a police officer. So we're still in the role as a police officer. We're in uniform, body cameras, we're armed. We are still fully a police officer. We're just getting paid by the business instead of the city of Savannah.
Okay, so that evening then, well, were you working at the Treehouse?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you wearing your uniform?
Yes, ma'am. The same uniform.
Exact same uniform?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and were you wearing a body worn camera?
I was.
And was it active that evening?
It was.
Okay, and so your badge is exactly where it is on your uniform today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have your body worn camera on you today?
I do.
And would you show that to the jury?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you would step down, the court's permission,
That's fine.
and just show the jury what it looks like and usually where you attach.
This is absolutely not funny, but I Googled Carolyn Googling Fozzie. And here's what came up. An obituary. That's not funny. And then, of course, we got the Muppets. I better get back to this court. I'm going to get enough bad comments as it is.
Attach it.
So it has a magnet mount, and the other piece is underneath our shirt. And so one form that we use to attach it to our uniform. It does come on and off very easy. So there are different types of security type. This magnet mount was the one that I was using. So we try to wear it as close to the center of your body as you can. Sometimes it just depends on where you attach the magnet to your uniform.
Thank you.
That would have been spectacular.
And the evening that you were working, well, December 31st into January 1st, right? You work past midnight?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask it an easier way. What time did you go to work at the Treehouse?
I believe it was 10 o'clock. It's been so long since I've worked there, but I'm pretty sure those shifts were from 10 to 3. It might have been 11 to 3. They vary, but it's over midnight until they close.
Were you there when the ball dropped?
Yes, ma'am.
Worked at the Treehouse before?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the
How many
second
times
one?
did you work there previously?
Oof, too many to count.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so your body worn camera, did it capture footage that evening?
It did.
Okay.
Very
And-
briefly, but it did.
All right. And so whenever this body worn camera records footage and then you're done with your shift or what have you,
Yes, ma'am.
what happens to it? Where does it go?
So each precinct that's within the Savannah Police Department, we just call them docking stations. It's just a long station where you can take your camera and you set it into the dock and it charges the camera, and at the same time it uploads the video to evidence.com, which is it's the cloud where all of our evidence is saved, video evidence is saved.
Okay, and do you have the ability once you dock it, to alter or manipulate the footage?
No, ma'am.
And so going back to this actual date that we're talking about here, the Treehouse, tell us what the Treehouse is. I think we all know, but if you could just tell us what it is.
Yes, ma'am. It's a bar. They serve alcohol, drinks. They also have a DJ and a section of it that's for dancing to the DJ's music. And then there's balconies as well where people can hang out and enjoy their drinks.
Okay, so basically a club.
Yes, ma'am.
And what part of Savannah is the Treehouse located in?
Downtown, it's right at the corner of St. Julian and Jefferson, which is right in the heart of City Market.
Okay, so that would be inside Chatham County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And inside the Treehouse, whenever you were working off duty this evening, where were you exactly?
So if you think of the establishment as a square,
Well, let's stop for a second. Were you
Okay.
upstairs or downstairs?
upstairs.
Permission to approach the witness?
That's fine.
showing you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 12. Can you tell me whether that looks to be an accurate representation of the interior of the treehouse?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and if you would, hold that up. I've done this in this sketch several times, but show us where you were, if you would, on that sketch the night in question.
Hang on, let me look at it from my point of view. Okay. We would have been standing, you can see it's right here on this side of the bar. So this would be an emergency here that goes, leads to the elevators, and you're able to get out an emergency exit. And there's a little platform that the officers stand right there, the ones that are upstairs.
So you were close to the balcony then?
We're kind of more in the center.
Okay, and how far apart would that have put you from the DJ?
Oh, I'm horrible at judging distances.
You can turn it back over and look at it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's across the dance floor. This would be the area where everybody's dancing and standing. So we're across from there where all the people are standing and drinking, dancing, doing those kind of things. The bathrooms are near there too, so there tends to be a line there as well. So a lot of bodies in between us and the balconies.
Okay, but basically if the DJ's on one side of the room, you're on the other, and you have a view of that dance floor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So do you recall anything about a shooting happening on this evening we're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you tell the jury, please, what it is that you recall? What did you first notice out of the ordinary?
Yes, ma'am. So it would, like you said, after the ball dropped, so sometime between midnight and 3, there was a pop, a loud noise, and the DJ actually came across his microphone and said, "Everybody calm down, it was just a balloon." At which point one of the bartenders turned towards me and starts frantically pointing. And I believe he said, "There's someone down," or something to that reference. Patrons started coming towards the exit. So I went behind the bar and stepped into the line of Patriots. And that was the point my body cam gets knocked off. I proceed towards the balcony that would be on the north side, towards St. Julian's, which would have been on this side, this balcony here. As I get there, I see a subject laying mostly face down. There was blood pooling around his mouth and nose area. So rolled him over, pulled his shirt up, and noticed a gunshot wound. Rolled him back to his stomach to check for an exit wound, or another gunshot wound, and there was one on his back. So at that point, I started looking for his ID, was able to recover that, and then use the radio as well to notify EMS and all other officers that there had been a shooting inside, and that we needed EMS as quickly as possible, and that other officers on scene needed to start collecting information from any other occupants who were inside the club that were leaving.
So basically, once you determined it was a gunshot wound, you wanted to shut it down and make sure that more officers could respond and begin an investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you assist with any type of emergency aid toward the subject?
Yes, ma'am, I did. For that type of wound, the care that we can render is either CPR or a chest seal, which is basically just a piece of plastic seal that sticks to the body. It goes over the wound. I did not have one on me that night in the club, but as soon as.
All right, Sharon, you're from Georgia. Were you in the club this night? Were you the shooter? You did it, didn't you? Were you wearing like green, yellow, and orange by any chance? What color were your socks?
EMS got there, that's what they did, and then attempted CPR.
Okay. And this subject, you said that you searched the body, you found a wallet.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was there an identification card inside the wallet?
Yes, ma'am.
And who did that belong to?
Mr. Corey.
Corey Vance?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that the person that was on the floor?
Yes, ma'am. My ID matched the subject.
Okay. And this I'll show you that. It's previously been marked as State's Exhibit 1. Can you tell me if you recognize that?
I do.
And what is it?
It's a CD that contains my body worn camera footage.
We're gonna have to change that to State's Exhibit 4. But right now it says 1, I think.
Actually, it does say State Exhibit 4 here.
Perfect, okay. And it's still what you were telling me?
It is. It's a CD, yes, ma'am.
And that contains footage from your body worn camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you came into our office and you verified that that is in fact what's on that CD?
I did.
And your initials are on there?
They are.
And at this time, state with motion to tender, this is State's Exhibit 4.
Any objection, Mr. Hilliard?
No objection, Judge.
It's admitted.
Okay, and we'd like to publish a portion of this to the jury, not on the original DVD, but there's a portion, I believe, that has already been shown to Mr. Hilliard, the excerpt that we would like to play on the television screen.
That's fine. Mr. Hilliard, you and your client, if you, since that big monitor isn't working, if you need to go to the little screen, you're more than welcome to. Just a moment, off the record for a moment. Yeah, there was someone in the gallery coughing. I wasn't sure who it was. Thank you. All right, we're back on. All right, we can proceed whenever you're ready. Officer, is your monitor on?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm pretty bored with this cop too. Let's get to the getting. Come on. Wow, the police got there fast.
Everybody coming out.
Thank you. Tender the witness for cross-examination.
Any cross-examination, Mr. Hilliard?
I don't have any questions, Judge.
All right, thank you. Is this officer released from the subpoena, Mr. Stoff?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any
Good.
objection, Mr. Hilliard?
No objection.
Thank you, officer. You may be excused. State's next witness.
Can we take a 10-minute recess?
Objection.
That's fine. We're in a 10-minute recess. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, before you break, do not discuss the case with each other or anyone.
Okay. This is how fast 10 minutes goes when you're not working.
All right, with that being said, Mr. Stoff, state may call us next witness.
State calls Warren Weir.
All right, can I have Officer Weir?
Please step forward. Step right here, raise your right hand, please.
That you should report and the jury and trial position should be the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, sir.
All right, going to take the witness stand. Watch your step, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Do we used to work together at CNT?
Yes, sir.
That's why I was smiling, because it's been a long time since we've had to do this. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
It's Warren Weir, spelled W-E-I-R.
And Warren traditional spelling?
Yes, sir.
Collaboration
And
going
who's your
on.
current employer?
Objection.
I work for the city of Savannah at the police department.
Are you
I'm
still?
assigned,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm assigned to CNT.
Okay, but you're still employed by Savannah Police Department, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then so with the Savannah Police Department, how long have you been with them?
A little over 10 years.
And are you post certified?
Yes, sir.
And what does post certification mean?
It's the police officer standard, standard and training.
Okay, and have you maintained that standard, that certification over the last 10 years?
Yes, sir.
Has it ever lapsed?
No, sir.
Okay. You went to the police academy?
Yes, sir.
You have arrest power?
Yes, sir.
And more importantly, did you have arrest power January 15th of 2021?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, they just confirmed this is Savannah. And Sharon is from Savannah. So that makes Sharon the shooter. Sharon, we're going to need to talk. I think, can we just, first let me see if there's a reward for turning you in. And then I need your address.
Now, are you assigned to a particular unit or branch?
Yes, been at CNT for 6 years. I've been on their the major case division for a little over 4 years.
And the case that we're here for today has nothing to do with CNT, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you recall January 15th of 2021?
Yes, sir.
And you were at CNT back then?
Yes.
Okay, so how did
Guilty.
you get involved with this?
Guilty.
I was actually at lunch
Oh my gosh,
and I
yeah.
saw some of my
Do you frequent the Treehouse? Have you ever been there? We need to know. We need to know how many feet the bar is away from the bathroom. And were you ever at table 1, 2, or 3? And did you stand beside or behind this guy? And where were you facing? We're asking you questions now.
guys I work with from the U.S. Marshals, and I called him on the phone, and he just told me to get on the radio, and told me about where they were at, which was almost exactly where I was.
This whole trial is a
And
lie.
he told me that they were looking for someone that had
And
a
then,
warrant.
okay, so you literally, it's kind of just right place, right time, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then did you offer assistance to help them?
Yes.
She's
Um,
Googling it.
Were you in a CNT vehicle?
Yes.
And CNT vehicles are they marked or unmarked?
They're unmarked.
Do they have lights and sirens?
No, sir.
Now, the agency that you were with, did their vehicles have lights and sirens?
The Marshals?
Yes, sir.
Yes, some of their vehicles do.
Okay. So you kind of just, did you offer assistance?
Yes.
And so, and then what did they say? They say, sure, no?
Yeah, he told me what channel of the radio they were working.
Okay, so just for people who don't know, so there's different channels on your radios, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then are you saying that each agency, whether maybe doing an operation, they use a certain channel?
Yes.
And then was the agency who was that you were working with, did they give you the channel that they were using?
Yes.
Okay. And then what did you do next?
I just turned on the radio, listened. It was a really short time, less than a minute. I could hear that the vehicle they were tracking was pulling out of the CVS at Albuquerque and Duran. And he had made a left turn, like literally in front of me. It was actually too close to me.
And that's what I was going to say. Were you in the area when this happened?
Yes.
So as the car passes you, what did you do next?
Okay, now we got Honey. Conveniently, Honey knows exactly how many minutes it takes to get to the treehouse. All right. New suspect. I need your address. First, I need to know, do you own an orange sports bra? And is there any money for turning you in? I mean, I'll do it anyway, but I just want to know.
Well, he just pulled out in front of me, and I slowed down, and I just began to follow him. The other guys that were tracking him, they couldn't turn out because they would have turn against the traffic. So it was just me following the vehicle for the time being.
Okay. And then did you follow the vehicle into a parking lot?
Yes, we rode around for approximately 10 minutes, and then other vehicles started catching up, and then we ended up at the CVS off of Waters Ave.
Right,
Okay.
he did it.
And then when you pulled into the parking lot, what did you do?
I exited my vehicle. I parked away from where he was parked, and I exited my vehicle, and then I went and stood under the awning behind where his vehicle was parked at.
Did you see the suspect get out of the vehicle?
Yes.
Do you recall what he was wearing?
I do not recall.
Okay. Did you see anything of note on his person?
When he was on the ground, his shirt came up, and I saw a handgun.
Okay, and where was that tucked?
It was on his would be his right side, and his in his pants.
Permit approach?
Yes.
I'm showing you some previously marked States Exhibit 8. In the general sense, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at this is right when they approached his vehicle, and that was the individual that came out of the vehicle, and that is I recognize the other gentleman.
Carolyn has the exact same signs in her bathroom to make her remember.
With the rifle running up to him. It's the guy I went to the academy with, and that's where he was detained at.
Okay, so you're looking at a still image?
Yes.
And is that still image from, does it look like it maybe came from a body-worn camera?
Looks like it, yes.
Yeah. Now, were you wearing a body-worn camera at the time?
No, sir.
Okay, so this is not your body-worn camera?
No, sir.
But you were on the scene?
Yes, sir.
And is that a true and accurate representation of what happened on January 15th, 2021 in the parking lot of CVS on Waters Avenue?
Yes, sir.
This time, I tender States Exhibit 8 and publish to the jury.
Outside.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
Winter is coming. Hey, Fozzie, did you watch True Blood yet?
Agent Weir, in a second, an image is going to come up. Now, it's already on your monitor, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's going to come up for the jury in a second. Agent Weir, is the image that you see on the small monitor in front of you and the large monitor that's showing the jury, is that what the same image from States Exhibit 8?
Yes, sir.
Now, in this image, Agent, is that thing that we see on his right side, what is that?
That's the handgun.
Okay. After the defendant was detained, what did you do next?
The gun was taken off of his person and slid over toward the back of the vehicle, and I went and stood by the firearm until one of the SPD detectives can come and retrieve it.
And then, did you have any other involvement in this case after the arrest?
No, sir.
And then, I think I mentioned it, but I didn't mention it. Did you write a report?
No, sir.
And why not?
I was just at lunch. I got out of there and went back I was actually doing something else.
Understood.
Yep.
No further questions. Thank you.
Any questions of this witness, Mr. Hilliard?
Just a couple, then. Officer Weir, you assisted on this date, correct?
Yes, sir.
With the marshals?
Yes, sir.
You didn't write a report, but you were there from, I guess, when the car was stopped till, I guess, SPD picked the gun up, or how long were you on scene?
I followed the vehicle approximately 10 minutes, and I was on scene approximately 10 minutes or less.
And when the stop was effectuated, did Mr. Stevens get out, and did Mr. Stevens submit, or did Mr. Stevens fight?
They hit his vehicle with their vehicles, and they opened the door and sort of pulled him out at the same time as he was coming out.
Right, and that's kind of my point is, was it a marked vehicle that hit his vehicle or an unmarked vehicle hit his vehicle?
They were unmarked.
Okay, so an unmarked vehicle hit his vehicle, jump out, pull him out of the vehicle, and he just submitted at that point.
That's not what he said, is it? He said they hit his vehicle, then they backed off, and he got out and laid right on the ground. They told him to kneel. They told him to kneel, and instead he laid right on the ground. But now he's saying there was a video that showed it. But now this guy is saying that they pulled him out. That's not what he said yesterday, and I believed him.
Point in time, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of my point is, he didn't fight or run or flee or do anything like that. They just hit the vehicle, got him out, threw him on the ground, and that was it.
Yes, sir.
That's all the questions I got. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Briefly, Your Honor. Agent Weir, did you see the gun?
Yes, sir.
Did you recall the make and model of it?
I knew it was a Glock, I think a Glock 20. It was a 10 millimeter.
Okay. May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
This is marked States Exhibit 9 and showing some defense. If you don't mind, could you please put those gloves on? Open that package, please. Box.
Oh, please let it be chocolates. Please let it be assorted. Please, 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 please. What's in the box? But what's in the box? Yes. Ooh, Sarah.
It's okay.
You went right to the good stuff.
Agent Weir, can you look in there and first of all, what's in the box?
Damn it, it's a gun.
It's a Glock handgun.
Is there a magazine in there?
Yes.
Is there a bag of ammunition?
Yes, sir.
And is the make and model on that gun?
It is. It's probably on the other side though. It's laying against.
Can you
the
flip it
make
over or no? Is it able to? No.
Yeah, it's a Glock 20.
Okay. Is that the same Glock 20 that you saw that was taken off the defendant's purse on January 15th, 2021 at CVS at Warren Avenue?
It's identical.
Okay. Here at this time, the state moves to tender States Exhibit 9 and publish the jury.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, I think we've already stipulated this particular piece of evidence. So.
Okay, all right, it's admitted. Thank you.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Any additional questions, Mr. Hilliard?
No, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused from the subpoena? Any objection, Mr. Hilliard?
No objection, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you, officer. You may step down.
Thank you, ma'am.
State's next witness.
take calls, Kelly P.
Kelly P. Who's this? I don't remember a Kelly. Oh my gosh, it's Kelly. We got the wrong person from chat. Kelly did it. I'm telling you. They love it. They love it.
Go to the witness stand.
She was definitely at the club. Oh, yes. Yes, Kelly, you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Would you please state your name for the jury?
Kelly P.
And
Spoilers.
can you spell that?
Kellyllypeak.
And where are you currently employed?
I currently work for Savannah PD in the forensic unit.
And what is your job position?
I'm a forensic investigator.
And tell us, please.
Do you notice how Tina tried to point the finger at everybody else in chat? Me thinks you're trying to deflect, and you are the real shooter here. Kelly, you're free to go. Tina, put on your orange sports bra and get on the stand.
What is a forensic investigator?
It's just another way to say I work as a crime scene investigator.
Okay. And in your role as a crime scene, well, let me stop. How long have you been with SPD?
About 4.5 years.
Okay. And have you always been a crime scene investigator since you started working with SPD?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have to have any kind of special training to be a crime scene investigator?
As a civilian employee, I have to have a educational background.
And would you tell us about your educational background, please?
I have a bachelor's of science in chemistry as well as one in forensic science. I also hold a graduate certificate in death investigation, which is sort of the equivalent of an associate's degree, but on a master's level.
Okay. And do you have to have training that you maintain?
Yes, in order to be released on my own to do casework by myself, I have to go through the forensic unit's training program, which I passed a few years ago. And I also attend trainings every once in a while to keep on top of my skills. I'm also a Georgia Post certified crime scene investigator.
I'm sorry, what is that?
A Georgia Post crime scene investigator, I'm certified.
What is a post-crime scene investigator?
You take a series of courses deemed by the state. Once you take all of them, I believe there were 7. Once you take them and pass them, you apply for certification, and I applied and was accepted.
Okay, and as part of your role with SPD, are there certain protocols and procedures that you're supposed to follow?
Yes.
Were you called out to an incident at a club called the Treehouse on January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
Okay, and that was again as a crime scene investigator, correct?
Correct.
And I'm assuming that you went?
I did.
Okay. And in your time there, did you take photographs?
Yes.
Okay, when we all meet up, we should go to the Treehouse instead of
Motion to approach
Vegas.
the witness.
You may.
Yes.
I'm showing you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 5A, and can you tell us if you recognize what that is? You don't have to look through the entire stack, but just offhand.
It appears to be the photos I took that day.
Okay, so whenever you went out to the scene, you took a whole lot of photos, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you then uploaded them to what, evidence.com?
We have a specific server in our unit that we upload to. Evidence.com is usually per request of a detective, but we generally make them a disk of our photos upon request.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to tender State's Exhibit 5, which is a DVD of all of the photos taken by investigator
That would be hard for me.
5A, which is a selected portion of those photos in printed format.
I don't want to hurt the feelings of non-members. I love them.
And 5B, which is the remainder of the printed photos from the photos contained on Exhibit 5.
Mr. Hilliard, any objection to either of those exhibits?
No, Your Honor. I've
All
seen
right.
them all and no objection to any.
So exhibits 5, 5A, and B are admitted.
So we have 5A, and 5B, correct, Judge?
Yes, exhibits 5 and then 5A and 5B are admitted.
Fine.
May I publish 5A to the jury at this time?
Any objection, Mr. Hilliard?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, you may.
And we are going to try and expedite this with some technology, Investigator Pete. If I could ask you to step down and wear this lapel mic, and then you have power of this clicker here. I'm going to ask you to go through this presentation, the selection of photos, and tell us what the significance of each of these photos is, why you took it as part of your investigation, and what it is we're seeing.
Back up. The first photo is what we call a photo placard. It just designates our CRN or case number, as well as our location, the type of call we're responding to, the photo. So in this case, me, my payroll, which is just our city identification number, the date and time in which I started my photographic documentation. This is just a location identifier just to signify where exactly within the scene I'm starting my photos. And then another one showing the actual location being the treehouse. An overall view of treehouse from the street. And then these should be photos leading from the outside, a series going up the staircase to the main floor. The next set is a series of overall photos, which just shows the overall layout and scene of the location as it is before we alter anything. So this is just immediately up from that main entryway staircase, showing the balcony that was to the left of that main entryway. Some other views of from the balcony. The apparent blood stain that was located on the floor in that first balcony area towards the rear of the balcony. Some additional photos of that area. This would be part of the main floor coming from that balcony area. Again, just to show the overall layout and potential items of evidence. That's what all of these are. We take these from a different series of positions within the room to get the overall scope of everything that's within the room. Photos behind the bar area and leading into the second balcony. Which again, we take from various points all around the room or the area. This photo is of I believe it's supposed to be of the earring and the beer bottles and straw and some of the trash that was left from the bar. And there is a shell casing that was near all of that as well. A closer up picture of the shell casing that was found on scene.
Hi, Miss Flo. Hello.
Use of the head stamp, which designate the make and model, or make and caliber, excuse me, of that casing. Another overall view.
If I could stop you for a moment,
Yes.
if you would go back to right after the close-up of the shell casing, this area right here,
Yes.
is this where that shell casing was located?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here we're looking at the location of a projectile that was located on the scene. We use the bar as a identifier so we know where we are in reference to the item. And a closer view is we know where that cup was. So I'm using the cup as and the edge of the bar as a reference to show you that there's a projectile located on scene. And there's another view of it. The opposite side, that first entry section, there was a wallet and I believe an ID that was located on scene. These are views of that wallet and ID. The ID was removed in order to get identification of the victim. This was just that.
And these red markings on
I hope you got your house packed up, Miss Glow. I hope it went okay. I hope it's done. I hope it's over with.
the floor, what are those?
And this just shows I believe this series is going to be of the blood trail or the apparent blood trail stemming from that large pooled area and the pathway it took around the bar. So might be a little difficult to see amongst all of the green on the floor, but towards the center of the photo, there's a linear path of red. And this is just it continuing around the pole into the other side of the bar, towards the exit of the bar and down the stairwell and towards the back exit of the treehouse. Going from there towards an elevator, which is the rest of the elevator. Just a different view from the elevator into the club to show its proximity.
So right here, can you tell us, since you were on scene, are we on the first floor or the second floor of the treehouse?
Second floor.
Okay.
These are the stains that were within the elevator.
Which be
I missed her whole testimony.
and the
Was it
shell
anything?
casing and the projectile that you mentioned recovering. Did you do anything with those as part of your protocol and procedure?
I submitted the projectile to our property room and the casing to NIBIN. Thank you. Oh, perfect. Okay. Thank you so much.
So I'm showing you what's been, well, it's two separate items. One pre-marked as States Exhibit 6 and one pre-marked as States Exhibit 7. Can you tell me if you recognize those?
Yes.
And describe for me, please, if you would, what States Exhibit 6 is?
6 is my evidence envelope indicating the date and time in which the item was collected, the case number, my name, victim and suspect information. At the time, my suspect was unknown, what type of offense, and my description of what my item is inside.
And what is your description?
For this exhibit, it's 1 SIG 10 millimeter auto CC, which is my designator in shorthand for cartridge casing.
Okay. And that is the item that you sent off?
It appears to be, yes.
Okay. And then if you would tell me what item number 7 is? Or States Exhibit 7?
It's this similar envelope with the similar markings on it. However, my descriptor for this one says 1 projectile.
Okay, and these were both recovered on January 1st of 2021?
Correct.
And they were recovered by you at the Treehouse?
Yes.
Okay, this time State Tenders Exhibits 6 and 7.
No objections, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's all I have. I tender this witness for cross-examination.
Any questions, Mr. Hilliard?
I don't have any questions for this witness, Judge.
All right, is this witness released from the subpoena, Mr. Stoff? All right, any objection, Mr. Hilliard?
No objection, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you, ma'am. You may be released. State have any other witnesses this afternoon?
For this afternoon, Your Honor, no. There are witnesses.
Daddy and son.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the good news is you'll
Yes.
leave a little early today.
Better
We
hurry.
will get started tomorrow at 9:30, but I suggest you get here as close to 9 possible, so parking can be an issue the later you get here, but make sure you get here in time to be in the courtroom at 9:30. My instructions will continue to be that you do not discuss the case with anybody, including each other. Do not research, do not post, do not text, do not allow yourself to overhear others discussing the case. Remove yourself from the conversation, report anything that you've heard upon your arrival to the deputy. With that, you may be excused, and see you tomorrow at 9:30. With that, you may be excused. See you tomorrow at 9:30. With that, you may be excused. See you tomorrow at 9:30.
I can hear the video in Fozzie's background, and there's the loop. See? It's easy to loop, Fozzie. Guys, Fozzie's here. Hold on, Judge. I love you. I want to hear what you say, but hold on. Guys, look, there's Fozzie. Hi, Fozzie. You have to say, it's like a court reporter. You have to say the words out loud.
Hi.
There we go. Guys, look, we got Fozzie.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
God damn it, woman. Take Donald's help. Let him come to your house and check out your AC.
Everybody can hear you. You're streaming live. If Cloud heard you say that live, man, Cloud would blow a fuse. Did you hear Fozzie? He swore.
Whoops. Did I say a bad word?
Yeah, he said, take Donald's help. I'm good. I got Wes coming over. Oh, Chaw got you. Chaw got you. Look. Chaw's getting on you. Get him, Chaw. Get him, get him.
And Chaw's right to get on me. I shouldn't have said that.
No, I got Wes coming over. I have Wes coming over on Monday. Wes is a friend of a friend of a friend. And the guy who put in my floors uses him as his electrician.
Last thing you told me it was a friend of a cousin. Now it's a friend of a friend of a friend?
No, I don't speak to cousins. Never speak to cousins.
Don't make me copy and paste the screenshot of what you sent me.
Nieces and nephews, maybe, but not my cousins. They're all criminals. Criminals. We can get them on trial. All right, let's listen to Judge Stokes. Is it? Yeah. Finish this out.
Deputy Jefferson, did Mr. Reed leave? I didn't see him after lunch. Mr. 45 from yesterday. You have his contact information? All right. You could reach out or have Deputy Casper reach out. Let him explain himself, and he needs to be here tomorrow at 9:30. Thank you. Counsel, is there anything we need to take up? Don't tell me yet, because I still hear the jurors exiting. So. If you all can make sure all evidence that's been admitted is in the possession of the clerk before you leave. Okay, thank you.
I'm going to fast forward it. Yep. Yes, it is. It's done. It's over. It's not Judge Stokes. It's Judge Colbert. She's off the air. You don't have to type now, Fozzie. You can just talk. You can just talk. They're right there. They can hear you.
I was just going to tell Carolyn, I actually brought a Tim Tam in here and I wanted to show it on the camera, but I might have eaten it before
Yeah.
time came.
See, I brought a Sour Patch Kid in and I didn't eat it because I know I ate the other ones.
Somebody
It's a
brought
turtle.
the turtles up, so I
That's
wanted
a
to show
turtle.
that.
We all know that's a turtle. Donald, okay, hold on. So for everybody who's here to watch court videos, bye. Have a great day. We will miss you. Go to Discord.
Bye, get out from the Discord. What sense does that make, woman?
No, they don't like me talking at the end of a video. Miss Glow, I hope you're packing up good. I hope it's going. I can't imagine packing up my parents' house after 40 years and everything is in there. And you have to sort through every little thing. It's just hard. It's so hard. Cha, I hope your day gets better. I hope you can, go somewhere, relax, and I hope it gets better.
Cha, you are incredible. You're across many channels, and we are so grateful for having you here.
I was so excited the first time she popped in. I was fangirling over here.
I can't see my face. What happened?
It's there. Your face is there.
You took me away. I like. I think I'm pretty.
No one took you away. You're right. You're literally right there. Wonder if I could just make it you. Guys, do you all still see Fozzie?
I see it now. You took me away.
No. Donald sees dead people. Oh, child. Yes, Fozzie's very pretty. Very pretty. Come on, you got to keep the ship afloat. Bye. I'm just kidding.
Thank you all for coming out and being vibers. We appreciate you all and just can't thank you enough for supporting Kathy.
No problem, Donald. No problem, because my heater doesn't work either. Just kidding, it works. Carolyn, you need to get on here too sometime. Everybody's going to flip over your accent. Speaking of flipping, I didn't post Judge Fleischer yesterday or today. I am going to keep posting Judge Fleischer, but his channel just started, and I wanted everybody to jump on and go watch him on his channel and get his thing going. So go watch him there, and then I'll bring him back soon, very soon. Thanks, Julie Cat. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it. I had a whole video list ready for today, and then I saw this, and I was like, oh, this is where it is. And it was good. It was okay. Bridget did her best. Okay, Travel, I will start Fleischer again. Thanks, Nicola.
Hey, Kathy, do you know Travel Shenanigans is in China? I've never been in another video where somebody said I'm in China.
It would be okay. China is awesome. And your English is impeccable. When you type impeccable.
He's not from China.
How do you know?
Oh, because I text him in Discord.
Oh.
Oh,
her.
Wah.
Oh, she's from Maine. Yeah.
Ni hao.
Where are you going next, Travel? That's what I want to know.
He's coming home in a couple of weeks for the first time in a while. Just saying.
Aw. No, go somewhere else.
Aw.
We can live through you.
It's amazing what happens if you say good morning in the morning and good afternoon in the afternoon in your Discord. So people just reach out to you. It's incredible.
Listen, Fozzie, we are not married. We are not married. I'm not giving you a good morning, beautiful text. I already send that to 20 men, and I'm not going to do that to you.
Didn't you give me a happy 4:38 p.m. text today?
Yep. Wow. Look at that. Hong Kong for a year. I know someone who went to Hong Kong once. It was the Karate Kid. Yep. That was Hong Kong, right?
Karate Kid.
With the little drums. I wonder if I can. Nah.
I definitely want her t-shirt.
You want what?
Rebecca B says Fozzie wants your t-shirt though. I definitely want a damn t-shirt.
I'm not gonna want it. Do you know how many things I have to do in one day? And it's not even in my hands right now. It's in their hands.
You have shirts and I don't. That needs to change.
Oh no, but you saw my shirts. They were like wrinkled when I put it in the heat press machine. So they like
guys don't care about wrinkles. I work from home. Do I care about wrinkles?
Then just color court vibes on a shirt.
With a magic marker?
Yes, with a Sharpie. Oh, Cha, don't worry. I have to give Fozzie his first, though. I promise that. What is that?
What is that cat's name?
That is Lafayette from True Blood. Remember?
Son of a bitch. Yeah. I actually did look it up and I see what you're talking about. I've never watched it, but I will.
It's really good. I don't have time to rewatch it, or I would.
Oh, every couple of years I'll go back and watch Breaking Bad and other things. What's the motorcycle show?
Barbie.
Did you say Barbie?
Yes. Barbie. That's what you watch every couple of years. Barbie.
The motorcycle show. They were a gang.
I know. Jax is awesome.
Yeah, with Jax.
It was.
Oh, travel. You can't.
Guys.
You just got demonetized. Sam Crow. What's the name of it,
Yeah.
Colette?
Somebody help us. Brothers. Riding.
Brothers.
How can I not remember the name of this show? I loved it.
I mean, it's my second favorite ever below Breaking Bad.
Guys, chat, please help us. What's the name of that show?
I don't know. We're having our conversation and they're having ours, and there's like no.
That's like me. I'm playing a court video. Guys, why do you keep chatting? We need to know the name of the show. It's important.
Mad Max.
No. Sons of Anarchy. Oh, no.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Nice job, Una.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, now you come in simple, but thank you. Thank you.
Kathy, do you work today?
Chips. I I'm by marriage related to, I don't remember, not the blonde hair, the dark haired guy. What's his name? Eric Estrada. What's his name in the show? Chips.
Punch.
Punch. By marriage, I'm related to Punch. Yes, I worked.
You are not related to that man. Come
By
on.
marriage. By marriage.
I need to see your pedigree that meets you to that guy.
My ex-husband is his cousin, same grandfather. So when the grandfather passed away, we drove up to New York to get, all the stuff that he had in his apartment. And we had a whole bunch crew there. We had a whole bunch of baby pictures of Eric Estrada. I don't
Good
have them yet.
question,
They're
Miss
making
Blow.
them. They're making them. I can't control everybody.
Carolyn, why you gotta correct me? Damn it! Can't you just give me my time? This is my moment.
Okay, those I can do. I have 24 brand new white mugs and a new mug press ready. I just need time to do that. Not yet.
Ooh, a mug would be cool. Like a beer stein kind of
No,
mug?
it's a coffee cup.
No.
That's what I have. I have it here. It's already done. It's here. I'm not going
No.
to buy nothing else until these go.
Send it back. I need a beer mug.
Use a boot like the rest of us. I got yelled at by a customer today. They yelled at me, and then they went to the owner. So
Holy shit.
we were packed every single seat and a line waiting out the door. And we had these huge parties in today. And then we had the band, and we had everybody there for the band who are just standing around drinking. So every seat is packed. A whole bunch of people are standing around drinking, eating. And so they put their order of food in, and then they had to wait. They had to wait like 25 minutes for their food. And they got mad. So, they start yelling at me, "Where's my food?" And I try to diffuse the situation. I said, "Don't worry. It's coming out soon. I'll take all the beers off your check. Don't worry. Your food will be out soon." "No, I want it now." "Okay, I'm not taking any of the beers off your check. Good luck." And so their food came out. The food runner took it out because I wasn't going to. And then I ignored them. I made all the other servers ignore them. I said, "Don't even go to them." Their drinks were completely empty by the time the food came out. Nobody went up to them at all. So they went up to the owner, and they were like, "Our food was late, blah, 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 blah." We had already told the owner that we offered to take the drinks off their check, and they yelled at us, so we didn't. And the owner went up to him, and the owner was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I'll take the drinks off the check." Well, the owner doesn't really know how to take drinks off the check. So it was time for the check to come. Not for me. I didn't say another word to those people for the entire night. The other server went and gave him the check, and all the drinks were on it. And they said to the server, they said, the owner said that he would take all the drinks off the check. Well, the server who had the check doesn't know how to do that because she's special. She's a special person. So I look at her and I said, "Well, I don't know how to do that. Go ask Jessica." So she went to Jessica, and Jessica was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that." Now, me and Jessica do it all the time. And we were like, "Maybe you should go ask Mark, the owner." So she went to get the owner, and the owner comes out, takes the check to the register, and just like he just like stands there for a while. And me and Jessica are just laughing. And these people want to leave, and they're getting mad and madder and madder. And we're just looking at them and laughing. And then, we were busy, so we would be serving tables. Then we would both stop and watch because it took them a while to get the drinks off the check. It was awesome. It was amazing that they couldn't leave because, they treated us like we don't even cook the food. We're the servers. We get your drinks. We put your order in. I can't help it how long it takes for the food to come out. I have no control over that. So, yeah, I didn't get a tip, but that's okay. I didn't want a tip. I don't want them to come back.
No tip at all?
No. People don't tip when they're mad at you.
That's terrible.
But it's fine. Other people tip me. Don't treat people wrong when you go out to a restaurant. If you wanted the food at exactly $5.58, then cook it. Go cook it yourself.
Keep your ass at home.
Yeah. If a restaurant is jam-packed busy, then I don't know what you expect. I just don't know what people expect. Oh man, I wish I would have recorded it. I could have played it in here.
I think you need to sneak in a recording when the band's in. I think you need to share some recordings of the bands that
I
come
bought
in there.
2 body cams because I was going to do that because it's so funny. Every night something crazy happens. I bought 2 body cams and I even started wearing one of them. And then I found out how illegal that was. You're not allowed to do that unless you post signs saying you're being recorded. You're not allowed to do that. But when I have my food truck and my restaurant, I'm putting signs everywhere. Everything's being recorded. At the back of the house, the front of the house. You coming in, everything's being recorded, and I'm going to stream it, and it's going to be funny.
Sasha. Where's Sasha?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, you have to tell people when you're recording them. Unfortunately. Remember we had that case the other day where that guy recorded her without her permission? So she sued him. Your waitress is recording you. She's going to rate you later on her stream. Yeah, I don't mind giving beers out for free at all. If someone's upset, it's not my money. I'll give you as many free beers as you want. But if you're going to yell at me, I ain't giving you nothing. Nothing. Not even me. That's it. No more drinks for me. No more nothing for me. I don't care if you sit there all night. You're already not going to tip me. So why would I help you? Why would I? I should have said that. Oh, that's a missed opportunity. No doubt. No doubt. It would be better if they didn't know, but that's illegal. I don't know if it's illegal if I blur everything out, though. Right? Or if I make it a cartoon and just, use the sound. All right, guys, we made it 2 hours and 23 minutes and 36 seconds on this stream. Sorry I was late, but it was worth it. We got this whole court trial today. Yeah, I know, Cha. I'm hopping over to Discord, guys, for a few. If anybody wants to hop over to Discord, don't feel that you have to. But I'm hopping over to Discord just in case anybody wants to chat. I'll be down in the general voice chat.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Fozzie, thanks for popping in and helping me stream.
My pleasure, madam.
You did great. Oh my gosh, you know what? Fozzie's not going to be in Discord right away because he's going to rewatch himself.
Well, actually, I got to go pee, but I'll be there soon.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Be good. Thanks, Rebecca. See ya.